Okay. Testing. Oh, there you go. Testing. Okay. Testing. Oh, there you go. Testing. Okay, that's still a fair bit of latency. I guess I'll just work with that. Okay, that's still a fair bit of latency. I guess I'll just work with that. Oops. Okay, let's see if I can post this successfully to Instagram. There's the... Let's see if I can post this successfully to Instagram. Okay, weird. Okay, let me see. This goes with that. Then I add... Can I add like a linky thing? Done. No. Hashtag GIF music. Don't go anywhere. Nope. Da-da-da-da. Come on. There we go. Okay, hello. Oh, there's people, I think. It's not a very interesting stream yet. I should actually set it up so I can draw. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to do warm-up stuff for a few minutes. Well, hopefully a person or two trickles in. Yeah, no idea yet exactly what I'll be drawing for the stream, though I do have a bunch of sketches set aside that I'm going to show to people. And hopefully we can all decide together what I'm going to work on. Or I can just do some new sketches. No idea yet exactly what I'll be drawing for the stream, though I do have a bunch of sketches set aside that I'm going to show to people. And hopefully we can all decide together what I'm going to work on. Or I can just do some new sketches. Does anyone have opinions on whether I should just do some sketches or if I should color an existing piece? I've honestly never tried this live streaming thing before, so... Does anyone have opinions on whether I should just do some sketches or if I should color an existing piece? I've honestly never tried this live streaming thing before, so... I'm getting pretty good at drawing face masks recently, for reasons. Pretty good at drawing face masks recently, for reasons. Don't know where I'm going with this piece yet. What do I want to do with her hair? Thanks, Winner. Thanks, Winner. Hey, Andrew. Welcome to quarantine stream / just shower thoughts. Hey, Andrew. Welcome to quarantine stream / just shower thoughts. Okay, this warm-up isn't really going anywhere. I am going to open a few of the potential things to finish. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's actually only 7 files there. Will this crash my computer? Let's see. It's fine. Everything's fine. I will keep that in mind, Mom. Everyone can say hi to my mom on the stream if they would like to. Don't know if I got anything with much of a 20s vibe. Everyone can say hi to my mom on the stream if they would like to. Okay, so I've got a few pieces here. This one I've actually already started doing some inks for, so I could finish that off. I've got this guy. Okay, so I've got a few pieces here. This one I've actually already started doing some inks for. It'll probably be a little bit annoying to ink, but lots of cool details and stuff, and would probably be interesting with a cool color scheme. That was a piece I was drawing from some pretty heavy references. I probably want to do like a nice fancy background. This is not a character in particular, this is just another random doodle, but I thought it turned out pretty good. I'd actually have to draw the hand though, which as you see I basically haven't done yet. Random character, definitely not Victorian. Pokemon OC, because everyone has one of those. Everyone likes Pokemon. Well, okay, Mumley, you're discounted. And that was just another... was that referenced? I can't remember. I really can't remember if I had a big reference for that. I don't think I did. Anyways, so let's narrow this down. Does anyone have any strong preferences? I think I'm gonna nix her. Anyways, so let's narrow this down. Does anyone have any strong preferences? Okay, not hearing a lot of really strong preferences, so I am going to go with my inventor and her robot, because I've already got... oh, there goes my art program. Okay, not hearing a lot of really strong preferences, so I'm going to go with these nerds, because I've already got half the line art done, and then I can get back onto coloring, which is, I don't know, a little bit more fun. Oh, Winter puts in a slight request for the Star Sweater Lady. If I get bored with robots, I'll go back to that one. I'm going to do some actual labeling of layers. Glasses, lenses, and glasses. I have a very bad habit of not labeling anything unless I'm doing it for a commission. So let's see if I can fix that. We all need more T-robots. Okay, let's start with some cheating, because I don't want to have to draw another teacup, because teacups are actually pretty hard to draw. They're very curvy. I'm still going to have to redraw a little bit of this. But... oh. I'm probably going to need to go back into the sketch layer a bit for this robot and like actually define what the tea tray is doing, because I'm not completely sure it makes sense right now. But at least I can put in the teacup, because that's going to stay. Okay. How do teacup handles work? That looks like it makes sense. I could make it bigger. Yeah, that's a little nicer, I think. Give it one of those little curly cues. makes sense. Does that look okay? Yeah, that looks pretty good. Nice thing about doing cups is they don't have to be in perfect proportion because cups come in lots of sizes. I'm just going to go in and do a little bit more work on the sketch layer here though, because that saucer is not making a lot of sense to me right now. Oops. There. That works a little better. What a cute little sugar tray. Sugar bowl thing. I could give it little handles too. That would be cute. Come on. There we go. Oh, hey. So, how is everyone doing during quarantine? I know I've talked to a lot of you guys recently. Excellent, always good. Are you able to work from home? Oh boy. This whole thing's felt really weird for me because I always work from home. So, yeah, tech's pretty good for letting people go remote. That's good. Okay, what do I think of this so far? This cup needs to be a little bit smaller because this fellow's in the background. The inventor and her magical floating teacup. Yay, anxiety! Medical anxiety super sucks though. I discovered today that they are still out of toilet paper at our local store, which kind of impresses me. I discovered today that they are still out of toilet paper at our local store, which kind of impresses me. Yeah, it's probably everyone snapping it up. I'm just not sure. Like, I'd think at this point, like, everyone would have enough, unless they didn't have any, but I guess everyone's just like, I'll buy the maximum number of rolls. I think at this point, like, everyone would have enough, unless they didn't have any, but I guess everyone's just like, I'll buy the maximum number of rolls. I was reading an article where they were interviewing people who were buying a lot of toilet paper, and basically no one could tell the reporters why they were buying a lot of toilet paper. I was reading an article where they were interviewing people who were buying a lot of toilet paper, and basically no one could tell the reporters why they were buying a lot of toilet paper. Yeah, it seems to be kind of self-sustaining. I was also reading that there was some time in, like, I think it was the 1980s, 1940s? Fairly early television, where some reporter reported that there wasn't very much toilet paper left in stores, when that was absolutely not the case. And it caused a 3-month toilet paper supply shortage. Some reporter reported that there wasn't very much toilet paper left in stores, when that was absolutely not the case. And it caused a 3-month toilet paper supply shortage. And, like, I can understand to a degree, like, if you're going to hoard something, running out of toilet paper when you're sick would really not be pleasant. And, like, I can understand to a degree, like, if you're going to hoard something, running out of toilet paper when you're sick would really not be pleasant. Hey, there are people. Hey, there are people. We're talking about toilet paper as a metaphor for society. We're talking about toilet paper as a metaphor for society. Hey! Successful testing, Ashley. Hey! Successful testing, Ashley. Ah, there. My mom's found the reference. 1970s. The first great toilet paper panic. Ah, there. My mom's found the reference. 1970s. First great toilet paper panic. I'm so sorry, Ashley. Or, uh... Okay, let's cheat a bit on this board. Yeah, but overall I think the quarantine's been going pretty well around here. Oh, yeah, probably. There might be some talking in the background too, because my girlfriend's still at work. There, I turned off my preview volume, which will hopefully fix it. I'm still getting used to this whole having a delay thing. It's a bit strange. There, hopefully, did that fix it, guys? The echo problem? Hey, Oh, excellent. Good. I think that was just because I guess my microphone's a bit more sensitive than I was giving it credit for. Because I had the stream volume on in my preview window. I've never really done this streaming thing before, so sorry about that. Still have this weird habit of switching back to using my mouse whenever I'm doing straight lines. Just always seems easier to me. Oh, hey, Path! You found me! I mean, you could theoretically do a Switch streaming setup. One, and bracket path. Everyone, this is my favorite path. They have a lot of competition from like Onyx Path and Pathfinder, but they're still winning. I was thinking less capture card and more like handcrafted cell phone rig. How's this looking? Just overall. That is a tray. Is the zooming in and out super annoying to watch, by the way? Because I can try and do a little less of that. I know I get a bit epilepsy-inducing sometimes when I'm drawing. Spooky floating tray! What has science wrought? Okay, it's not just me. Okay. Yeah, there, it's just floating. Done. Finished. Okay, I should probably add the robot. And I've lost track of my line layers again. Let's label this 2 and keep that to 70, 60-ish% so I don't mess up my layers. Okay. Do I want to do the robot hands with straight lines or more organic ones? I think the rest of him's going to end up looking kind of organic, so... Also, dancing robot. I do a lot of mirroring when I'm sketching, to be honest, so not so much for the line art stage. Oh, that's a good question. Robot butler or ghost butler? Which would you prefer? I'm assuming the ghost butler is still capable of, like, holding objects or making them float, as per this picture minus one of the layers. These claws are not going to make perfect proportional sense, I think. The grip is a little bit... Escherian? Paint Tool Slide doesn't actually have a drop shadow function. I'm very sorry, Ashley. Make it pop. I could color this in like a spookier color setup to make him a robot ghost. Ghost robot. What even is this claw doing? Okay, perspective. Perspective. Does that make more sense? Yeah, that makes a bit of sense. Goth robot. Hands are universally terrible. Emo robot. Yeah, just give him an undercut. Seriously though, I'm not sure what I'm doing for colors yet. And like brass and lime green, like toxic green, is pretty tempting. I always like toxic green mad scientists. Well, the scientist isn't that mad, she's just disappointed. You can tell from the expression, you know. Okay, I might as well just draw this other hand while I'm at it, because neither of them are going to make that much sense if I don't just get them out of the way. I feel like there should be more programmers who do live streams, you know? I've actually watched people, like, putting games together. Like, programmers enjoy watching artists. I'd watch a programmer do a live stream. if hands, then behind back. Nailed it. Does that make sense? Yeah, you know, that actually looks like it's a sensible-ish hand. Yeah, I've always wanted to stream writing at some point too, but like 80% of my writing is under NDAs. Hey, I might stream like drawing for the things that I'm writing. That was a programmer joke. Stack Exchange. I half understood that reference. I really need to get back into learning how to code. Streaming writing does sound terrifying, but also kind of cool. I know, I tend to write very slow. People would just have to put up with me occasionally, like, just making sentences that are like, and then the person did a thing. See, that could work for an art stream too. Just art stream the I can't draw phase. Yeah. I believe the creator of the Lackadaisy Cats comic described it as the agonizing self-doubt phase. It's an important part of all creative functions. It could be, I mean, yeah, like you'd have to show people all of your terrible sentences, but maybe there'd be a certain freedom in it. You could live stream something like NaNoWriMo or like a NaNoWriMo challenge where you're kind of expected to write badly. Art. I think what would be really terrifying to live stream would be editing your own writing. And I think I've seen someone doing that as a stream too. Because, like, when you're just doing a first draft, it's okay if it's terrible. But if you're live streaming your editing, then, like, everyone could be judging you. Yeah, that's a fair point. Like, writing is language-based, and trying to hold a conversation and also write is not exactly easy. Oh, close enough. Every now and again, Jen, someone accidentally reinvents role-playing. Sigh. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Now the ghost has hands. Claws. I am glad I thought to make tea before this started. Otherwise, I'd really want tea right now. Okay, what am I going to do next? Let's do some line merging. Nothing crossing over, nothing looking weird. E. And this could become robo lines. And it can get down and new robo lines. 2. Oh, no. There we go. Such a good artist. I think I've actually seen someone live streaming, like, editing someone else's work. It could actually be really helpful if, like, you were the person whose work was being edited, because then they could, like, talk to you in real time and be like, this is a problem. You'd have to be less mean, obviously, if the person whose work you were editing was watching. Yeah. Yeah, I've totally seen some writing stuff before. After the stream is over, I will totally ask for recommendations on, like, coding streamers, by the way, because I feel like that would be a really interesting way to learn what coding actually looks like when you're doing it. Yeah, I'd believe it. Oh, come on. There we go. Let's turn this down a bit, actually. Who did this? Oh, shoot, I did this. I have no one to blame but myself. Condemned by my own hubris. Yeah, I've been informed there's a lot of Googling involved in coding. Which I can believe. Like, the only coding I've ever done was HTML, and that was about 80% Googling. I mean, Googling's a skill, too, you know? Like, actually knowing what to Google. Oh gosh, coding without internet access sounds terrible. Oh, come on. this bit to look sensible-ish. Well, presumably someone went onto Google and Googled, how do I make the internet? And followed the instructions. I mean, that's how I'd do it. Winter, abandoned textile mill. Think about it. Big honking machines going back and forth. Mama Lee, are you a wizard or a sorcerer? Oh, that hand's looking a bit weird there. Alternatively, strange twist, abandoned library. Preferably abandoned, like, slightly magical library. Okay, so this teapot handle doesn't make any actual sense with the robot's hand. To a certain degree, I'm okay with that, but let's see if I can make it make, like, 20% sense. Yeah, Winner, are we talking, like, modern setting, or, like, is this, like, a plan for how you're gonna kill us all in Gothic World next time we have a session, or what? Like, because if it's Gothic World, then, like, I don't know, abandoned candy store, abandoned puppy factory, abandoned, I want to say, like, anti-monster weaponry factory, but that would actually be really bad for us. Public pool would be cool. Yeah, puppy factory where they make puppies. What is... Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that teacup makes probably enough sense for me. Okay. Just double checking that I'm not, like, planning my own doom for Gothic World. Oh, another cool idea. Like, fairly recently, in the grand scheme of things, all those, like, Chuck E. Cheese's and those equivalent, like, children's play places have mostly shut down, so they could be abandoned. They'd have a lot of things to destroy. No prob. Okay, I think this teapot makes a bit more sense than the old teapot. It's a little small. I mean, it only has to serve 2 cups, like one for the scientist and one for the robot, so it's probably fine. Yeah, that's true. Like, the animatronic horror thing has kind of been done. Do I like that teapot? Do I like that teapot? In mirror. Oh, okay, I'm on the right layer. I am not in the right brush size. There we go. So, 3 guesses who just bought Katamari Damacy re-rolled. That is a good question, Isendale. Basically, seeing the image mirrored helps freshen your eye. If you've been staring at the image for a long time, like you are if you're doing line art for it or doing a lot of sketching for it, then your eye starts glossing over mistakes. So it's kind of the like art equivalent of cleansing your palette. Which is probably a more pretentious way than I needed to put that, but it makes it easier to see the areas where your art is looking bad. Yeah, it's pretty common for you to like draw a face and be like, ah, that's a good face. And then you see it in mirror image and you're like, oh, that's a terrible face. The eyes are like on completely different lines and the mouth is like in entirely the wrong place. And the hair doesn't make any sense. Here I'm also using the mirror just because sometimes it gives me a better angle for drawing smooth lines. Like if I find it easier to draw a line from right to left as opposed to left to right, I might just flip the image so I can get it to the right angle for my workflow. Yeah, that's kind of the same thing. It's a way to double check your own work. Cat? Cat? Kitty? Kitty. We demand more information on this kitty. Ah! False alarm cat. Path you should make up for the false alarm cat or lack of cat by telling the story of how you rescued Haley. If you are available, because that's a really good story. makes sense. Good luck, winner! Theoretically, I was supposed to write today. I'll do some writing tomorrow. Take care! Thank you so much for coming. Aww. I really wish there were a way to, like, get cats to understand live streams. That would be ideal. I watch Day 9's live stream sometimes, and it always just breaks my heart that his cats don't know how famous they are. Like, cats would love that. They'd be so happy. But they don't understand that there are just hundreds and hundreds of people watching them and being so happy. I just wish there were a way to tell cats on the internet how much I love them. Oh, come on. Kippies. It is an excellent cat story. This is why I've requested it as this stream time story. I feel like I've told it to friends, even though it's not my cat story, just because it's such a good story. Oh. Okay, I think that actually looks like a semi-plausible way to hold a teacup. I mean, it doesn't actually make any sense that he's holding it, given that those claws appear to be one piece, but don't worry about it. didn't know she ran away. This is a more detailed version of the story. I knew you had to look for her. That teacup took a while. The rest should go a bit faster. Oh, come on. Cursed myself. Finn is also an excellent cat. Just so everyone knows. I've been in this bad habit recently of doing all these lines on top of each other and then having to do a lot of erasing work. It's probably an easier way to do this with layers, but just give a nice kind of organic vibe to things. Come on. There we go. Hurry is also a cute name. But yes, Haley, which is short for Hailstorm, is just ideal. Oh, I'm glad they're getting along. Cat stories are important during times of crisis. Okay, it's gonna be a happy robot. Happy robot. I think I want... yeah, I think I want to do the whole way. There we go. Yes, happy little robot. My cat has been very, very happy to have both of his cat moms at home. This has been like a very good emergency for pets. Yeah, my cat is keeping me sane too. Ah, it's good to have small, silly animals around. Okay, probably shouldn't click my tongue. That's probably very annoying on the speakers. I am going to keep whistling, though. That's just going to happen. Happy robot. Happy robot. Let's do some of the body now. This is actually going to go a lot faster now. The tea tray was the hard part. Take care. I'll give you a call. Okay, my mom's gone. Now we can talk about, I don't know. I'd say nerd things, but she's also a bit of a nerd, so. Set that down so I don't get my layers confused. Ah, this is nice though. It's nice to be able to talk to people, even if I have to read their replies. I should probably do more streaming. It's been a weird few weeks. I really do miss talking to people at conventions. Has anyone else had conventions canceled? Ones they were attending? I think I've lost like 4 now. One of them's going to do a cool charity zine though, so at least there's that. See, when I'm sensible like this, it makes my erasing job much easier, because I put everything on different layers. This is actually the easiest way I found to draw circles. It's just keep drawing them until you come up with one that's tolerable. Because the other way to draw a circle is this way, like bit by bit, and it takes a lot longer. Did I do a little? No, okay, we're good. Almost done the line art here. Then we get to move on to coloring, which is the fun part. So I am thinking of that, like, greenish inspired palette. I could go more like green and black, or maybe like a sort of mossy, bronzy thing. Because I kind of want the robot to be like brassy. I'm gonna do the dial in color layer. Just do. Oh. There you go. There we go. Yeah, okay. It's good that I did all of this with more organic lines as opposed to straight lines. It's a very, very organic robot. Yeah, see, when I'm sensible and I put things on different layers, I don't have to do super careful erasing like that. But then I have to remember to put things on different layers. That requires forethought. So you see my dilemma. Kind of trying to figure out how these panels work too. I guess his sides are kind of, what's the word? Attached with bolts, riveted on, yeah. Definitely one of those drawings where I feel like it is of a character, but it's just of a character I don't happen to know yet. I mean, I'm always game for having more mad scientist characters in my life. I'm getting kind of a collection recently. Yeah, there. Okay, he's got a little riveted on side panels, and that's how you access his controls. That makes sense. This is absolutely how I do like 80% of my character creation too. I just draw things and then figure out what they mean. Oh, you see, there's another area where I'm going to have to do fancy erasing. Because I'm clever. Yeah, let's work on that. Okay. So anyone picking up any new hobbies during isolation? Because I've been baking bread. And I've been pretty happy with that. And it's a lot easier than it looked. And obviously trying live streaming. Moira-esque. It's a call out post for me. Ooh, yes. How is learning how to do video game fights working? I guess you can't go to the esports cafe anymore. For a while, I mean. I guess you just have to like in isolation, and then you go back to the esports cafes and they're like, who is she? Ooh, nice. I've tried learning Japanese a couple of times, and I'm just really bad at languages, so I'm always very jelly of people who are pretty decent at them.
The heat map should probably be a separate column mapping than the actual node map. Like, you could choose to map the nodes then, but like you could choose to map other points if you wanted to.
I've also been doing a fair bit of reading, which has been nice. Especially because I found out years ago now that the local library does ebooks. So I've been, like, still able to collect them, which has been really good.
Supposed to have it depend on whatever you map to node. Because like then you could end up in cases where you're like, oh yeah, show me like a heat map representing.
And yeah, Katamari, because I bought that yesterday and I've already basically beaten the main game.
Right. And then show me where my
Not that it's a long game, but you know.
as like separate nodes.
I've actually been on kind of a major, like, video game nostalgia kick recently. I really want to find and replay a copy of Yoshi's Story, which I've been told is not considered a very good game, but I played it when I was young, so it's a good game in my heart. Anyone else play Yoshi's Story while they were young? Because Yoshi's Island was apparently, like, a big deal. Yoshi's Story was, like, the only Mario game I grew up with. I guess Mario Kart sometimes, too.
The larger the number, the more of it gets read as well. Like, that's not a separate thing. Gotcha.
There's a small chance, however, that my parents still have my old Nintendo 64, and if that's the case, then I might actually get a chance to play some of those old games again. Should be pretty cool, because they sell for, like, a ridiculous amount nowadays. And I'm nostalgic, but I'm not, like, $500 nostalgic. Come on. Okay, let's just... Straight lines. The whole, like, oh, I'm not an artist, I can't even draw a straight line thing is such a bad line, because artists also can't draw straight lines. Don't want me to do your best.
Okay, cool. Well, that's good to know. Alright, plenty of options. So, yeah, got it. Clearly, Michelle, we've got to go for the heart.
Yes, its space is curved, so really, when you think about it,
Okay, so
all my lines are straight.
the starter one basically
That sounds like science.
shows nodes, shows links.
Ashley, back me up here.
Probably color
heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. I'm talking about like the full feature set for the first phase, roughly. Okay.
Okay. That is a robot. Part of a robot. Okay, have I done anything weird with my lines?
You mean delete that? Yay. Once we get rid of the old ones, we're just good to go. Nice. That'll be refreshing.
Consolidating layers is always kind of stressful. Okay, new layer. Sensible artist. Doing multiple layers to save herself work. I just need to add lots of little rivets.
If they were identical, that wouldn't be a problem.
If I were better at layer management, I'd probably leave this layer on its own, so I could turn it off while I was doing flat colors and make my life a bit easier, but I probably won't remember to do that. Oh darn, I made a little mistake there. It's fine. Take care. Thanks for stopping by and dragging your 8 million internet friends in. Oh, I've been streaming for like an hour 20 minutes.
The tooltips, are they...
I'm probably going to try and finish the line art and then wrap this one up. Nerd. Take care. Oh.
Okay. But yeah, the tooltip that we use in NetViz is a generic component for the framework, isn't it? The tooltip.
So, important question for those remaining
The same tooltip
is that the robot does need a name at some point. I'm currently thinking Greg,
No.
but I'm open to suggestions.
Is that because NetViz is built on Sitescapes, so it just has to look different? It has to be built differently, or is that just because we just didn't do that?
Just kind of looks like a Greg to me, you know? Seems quite pleased with himself. And jovial.
Okay. It just seems to me for like common components like tooltips and pop-ups and stuff like that, we probably just want them to always look the same everywhere.
The sketch for this picture actually started out with just, I was drawing this mad scientist person, and then I gave her a cup of tea. And I was like, someone should be here to serve her tea. And then I added the robot. And then I actually really liked the robot. And that's why this made it to my, like, consider actually completing pile. So, Greg's pretty important to the overall composition of this piece. Come on. Come on. What am I doing here? There we go. Okay. Pelvis, take 2. But yeah, I think after the line art's finished for this one, I will go and play more Katamari. Tinkers. Tink for short. It's not bad. Still kind of feeling
See how
Greg,
that
though.
would work because I feel like there's going to be
Or,
a
like,
lot of components that just come up
Philip.
again and again and again. And
Philip would be nice, because then he could have, like,
again,
screwdriver
we don't know how
arms.
to design different ones. We're going
It's
to
supposed
start
to make
with
more
one
sense
and
if he had a
two,
screwdriver head.
and so we should just keep it dry.
Eep. Oh.
Okay. Well, it'd be worth exploring, seeing if we could share it, I guess.
I should save this as a little coloring page after it's done. Post it somewhere.
For what? Sorry,
Since
page
people
one.
were kind enough to stop by and watch me draw it. Yep,
Change
come on.
folder. No, it's good. It's good as it is. I'm just thinking, like, if we, like in the future,
Yeah, I think I'll try and
say
save this as a coloring page.
display stuff differently. So,
And
like,
probably post it to
booleans, for example,
Patreon
say
just for archive
we want it to
purposes, but maybe make it
this
available to everyone.
display value, it just
Greg.
looks like a check mark for X.
Yeah. Greg or Philip.
And yeah, it's just right now, if Darren builds that in for the new
Tinkers is
geospatial
like an
units,
actually cute name, and I don't know if he gets an actually cute
an
name.
implementation from Nebus's implementation, and that's a separate implementation from the Hydrite's implementation. That's just, it needs to get coded 3 times.
Tinkers would be like a cute little, like, flying robot with big eyes who's like trying to help, but not always helping. And like cat sized.
Yeah, okay, cool. Okay.
Don't know why it's so much easier to do up and down lines than it is to do side to side lines, but it is. At least for me. I don't know, other artists might do it the other way.
Are you on VPN, Michelle?
Oops. A little bit of robot absolute territory. Showing some scandalous thigh. Scandal. Huh. There we go. I think that's everything. Oh, I haven't finished his arms. The lines there are just all over the place. Oh, and I haven't really finished the bolts off either, have I? Aww. Gibby. Well, cats are the most important creatures in the world, so sometimes they just decide that they're gonna be there.
Yeah,
Please give Finn a pet for me and tell him that he's got a very good tail.
it's just a map. Yeah. Okay. Um, Great. And Kit is the product manager for this. So if I want to talk to him about
Come on.
any other
Okay.
requirements, he's the guy. Okay. The one that you guys sent me. Yes. Yes, I've seen it.
This kind of stuff is exactly why I fast forward all my YouTube videos. Doing slight modifications to like 24 rivets.
Thanks.
Oops. No.
Is there anything else you've got that you want to talk about, Darren, or are we pretty much good? Alright. Did you leave for anything, Michelle?
Hmm. Might go back and do a few more tweaks there later.
Okay.
After I merge the line art
Darren, I guess it's thanks a lot
layers.
for your help.
But it's coming together.
And I guess we'll keep in touch.
You can hold the pet for a future time if necessary. Just a someday pet. Oh. He's really gunning to keep that position. Campaigning at all times, that cat.
Hey,
There.
so I talked to Matt earlier.
Okay, I think they're done. These two.
He wanted us to
Save.
split this up for the large part. You wanted to just
Yeah, I could probably do a few more tweaks. But I think...
largely work with you, but
Yeah, let me make sure all the lines are okay.
that's fine with you.
Yeah, I can do that. Just want to go in on this one because I feel like that's much too thin for an outside line. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. Boom. One robot. And one tray with saucer and sugar and tea. And that was a fair bit of line art. Save again. So I think I will probably head off. I've never ended a live stream before either, so I'm not really sure if there's like a system for it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe? Question mark. I will say thank you very much for coming to everyone who's still around. I will probably talk to almost all of you later, since I think a lot of you guys are already friends. And hopefully I will see you back when I'm coloring this, because I think I'll save coloring this for the next time I do a stream. Everyone take care of yourselves and stay indoors. Lock all your windows and doors. And I will see you guys next time.